All right, so we're going to talk about leveraging the different resources that are in that toolbox. And right now, I want you on your notepads to just write down, how are you currently generating leads in your business? Like, we know that this business is about talking to people. If we're not having new people to talk to, then we don't really have a business. And so I want you to kind of reflect on, where are you? And I'm having you do this because if you don't, and I get into all of these details, you might get a little overwhelmed. But I want you to think about where you are personally. Are you still sharing with friends and family? Are you in a space where it's still your warm market that you're talking to? Are you someone that is just out and about, right? Tapping somebody on the shoulder in line, asking if they're interested in looking at this. Are you doing things in your local community? Are you going to networking events? Do you need a business card? Right? Are you actively going into your local community to talk about your business as a business owner? I want you to think about the things that you're doing. Now, do you do vendor booths? Like, this is something that I've had fun doing over the years. And it can be fun to go to the local farmer's market, or there's different health events. What are things you're doing to build your business? Or maybe you'd like to do that thing. And so when I get to that, you can take notes on it. Perhaps you're a health professional, or you're working with health professionals. So if you're doing that, they have an office, they have a brick and mortar, they have a space where they have a captured audience that's sitting there looking at information while they wait for their appointment. I'm going to talk about how we can use tools in that scenario. Are you someone that has a website? Just last night, I was sitting next to somebody that said, hey, check out my website. I'm building this to be able to talk about the ASEA products. Tune in, because I'm going to give you some tips on that. Are you doing social media? Do you use Facebook? Do you do Instagram? Do you do TikTok? And many of you, since I've been here in Australia, you've been telling me that you're doing LinkedIn. So I'm going to put that on the list. I'll go ahead and add it if that's what you do. Now, the next thing I want you to think about is, what is it that you send to someone when they tell you that they're interested? All right, so whichever way you're generating leads, we know the next step is sending a tool. And I am so excited, like beyond excited, guys, because it just got upgraded. Our tool set just got upgraded to a whole nother level. And I want you to understand it. And I think about it like a contractor going on to a job, right? He's going to bring a toolbox because there's a lot of different things he's going to need to do. When you're out and about building your business, there's different scenarios that pop up. You need to be able to go into your toolbox and get the right tool, right? Do I need the hammer right now, or do I need a screwdriver? Very different tools. They're going to help with very different things. And so I want you to get into this as I go into the details of ways that you can leverage this toolbox in person. So if you're someone that's building your business in person, have your pen in your hand, make sure you're taking notes. Let's say you're out in your local community. Maybe you do sports, and so you are actively participating in it, or your kids are, or your nephews, or whatever. The number one tool that all of you should have is Renew 28. Okay? So absolutely make sure you've got the gel on you all the time, because it's demonstratable. Who knows Aviva? She's a double diamond in Canada. So she just was telling me in December, she took a flight to Salt Lake City, and she was sitting at her gate, and a gentleman started just chatting with him, and he was balding, and so she started to tell him about Renew 28, and she had a sample. And so she gave him a sample, and he was so grateful. He said, come over here. Takes her to the counter, upgrades her to first class. So I don't know if he ended up buying product, but she got an upgrade. So the power of having the product on you all of the time. Now, if this happens, so I had one of my downline was at her nephew's soccer game, and one of the kids got hurt on the field. And also, same game, one of the moms was dealing with something, bumpy on her arms. And so she had the gel. And so she started using the gel on the kid that got hurt. He started to feel better, he got back in the game. And the mom was like, this is really good. Like, how do I buy this stuff? She's brand new. And she called me, what do I do? I'm fishing, there's a fish on the hook, like, now what? And so it's funny, but it happens, right? We're like, oh, someone wants to purchase. Yes, they do. It's good stuff. So I said, your shopping cart, like, go make a shopping cart of Renew 28. I said, don't worry about educational, don't worry about anything. I said, we'll educate them on the back end. Just go sell a tube of gel retail. That's what they want, give it to them. Right? That's their step in the door. So you need to be ready with your cart. Who knows about text replacement on their phone? A couple of you? This is like the best hack ever. If you have Android or iPhone, it doesn't matter. Text replacement, so a cart with Renew 28, make a retail cart, right, like Linda showed us. I use, just me, C1. So if I'm texting and I put in C1, the URL for my retail shopping cart populates. And so now, if I'm at this game, like talk about taking away friction in our business, guys. Like how easy is it? We don't have to get on the phone, we don't have to hand them anything to order. Like, it's so simple. What's your phone number? I'll text it to you. Boom, C1, send. They can now purchase. They're checking out. They're just putting in their information as if they're buying off of Amazon. It's so simple. So be ready. Like, that's a really good tool to be able to pull out. The pages. So when you have the app, it's coming. And this is actually what I told my friend. I said, get your app out. I said, go send them the Renew 28 page. It'll educate them, and it'll also let them purchase. All right, so you need to know when, and you're going to pull out these different things. A playlist. So understand this. How many of you have a particular upline, or maybe one of the doctors in ASEA that, like, you just love their video? It's not a corporate video. It's someone in the field made it. Yeah, Dr. Silverman's my upline. The man's made more videos than I know what to do with, and they're good. So the app allows you to upload that video, and now you can make a playlist just like you make, your favorite songs. You can pick your favorite video, maybe some information that corporate has, one of the shareable things. You can make a playlist curated with your favorite things about the products. So that's, again, a tool you might want to pull out. And your My Site, which is like a link tree. It's amazing, personalized. So these are all things that when you're out and about chatting could come up that you could easily share. So if you're somebody that's building your business in this way, pick one of these, get good at it, and start moving forward with it. How many of you are out networking? Or you can't, yeah, okay. So have you ever wondered where I put on my business card? I get that question from my team often. I wondered the same thing when I started. Well, now we've got our My Site, and I love it because you can put other information. So maybe you're a massage therapist and you also do ASEA. Well, you can have your information about your massage therapy and ASEA all on the same My Site. It's really nice. It looks professional, and just make a QR code, guys. That is one of the blessings of the pandemic, is that everybody knows how to scan a QR code. So your business card can have it, and I would have it scanned to your My Site. You could have a shopping cart. So sometimes, maybe if you're at a vendor booth, or you really love representing one product, you could have on your business card that one product that you just absolutely love. It's the thing you talk about all the time, and you're like, it's the blue bottle or bust, right? Like, this is all I'm talking about. Well, you could have a cart where people could just buy that. You could have your shopasea.com. Maybe you just want to give the card out and say, well, this is who I am, and these are the products I represent. Right? I'm all about cellular health. You can go check them out. Variety of things you can do. Vendor booths. I'm so excited that we have so many pretty things now to put out on a vendor booth. Quick story. I was doing a vendor event for one of my downlines, and the mayor of the town came by. And I was like, ooh, ding, always great when you have someone with influence that comes by. He's super interested. We do our spiel, we do the gel. He has an experience. He's like, I want to buy it. Bottom line guy, just what do you recommend? Let's go. I got onto our website. I'm trying to enroll him. This is back. And it's not going through, it's not working, this glitch, that glitch, 3 tries, and he goes, I don't have time for this. And he left. And I was like, oh, God. It hurt. It hurt. Now we don't have that problem anymore. So I could have easily been able to put a QR code out, and this is what I do now at vendor booths, and a variety of things can be put into that QR code. So it could be your My Site. Like what I do now, myself, educational on one side, and I have ordering on the other. And when I'm doing this because those plastic things that allow you to put up a sheet of paper, acrylic nods, yes, this is a thing. Okay. so this is just something I made on Canva, and then I'll insert a QR code, and maybe it's the My Site or playlist, right, where I'm going to be representing certain products. So, oh, you want to learn more? Just scan here, you can learn more. Making sense? So people can kind of go, oh, okay, cool. They don't have time, oh, okay, I'll check it out later. And then on the other side, I would have information with carts. Let me go back before we go there. So the cart information, I've done a couple of things. I've had it where they can just scan and buy, because sometimes people just want to buy a tube of gel, right? It's an easy thing, and if you can get in the door with that, great, get in the door. So they can scan and buy a tube of gel. Now, I have also done where I've had a piece of paper where I create bundles. All right, and I'll take a shopping cart, a preloaded shopping cart with one of the bundles, and I'll have that on a sheet of paper, so then I'm saying, well, which bundle do you want to start with? And they can just scan and buy right there. Very, very simple. Now, I know this is a lot of detail. I'm going deep, but remember, if you do vendor events, this slide is for you. If you don't worry about it, okay? I want you to keep this tailored into you. Now, these shareable assets, I know when Linda was speaking about it, like a lot of us likely are going to be using them on social media, but I would say use them at your vendor booth events. Like have them printed out. They look really nice. They're very high end. They're simple. They're effective. Nice to have on your tabletop. All right? So rack cards are another great thing. A lot of times people want to walk away with something, right? They want a tangible thing. They don't just want to scan it on their phone. So you can make a rack card. I pulled up Canva and I looked for rack cards. And just on the front, information, on the back, purchasing. So you can put your My Site on here, you can put a playlist on here so people can learn more. And you can put, shopping carts on the back. I use these with wellness centers. So I don't know if you have any health professionals, but they, their clients and patients like to be able to kind of take something home. So I make this. And they can just put their information on there, and their clients and patients can kind of scan and go. All right. I see lots of people taking pictures. I'm going to change now. Sorry, guys. So another at-an-office type of thing. So if you have a massage therapist, if you have a chiropractor, guys, their passion is their business. You're bringing them another business. You need to make it simple. Like, it needs to dovetail so effortlessly that it's easy for them because they don't have time to go be a redox expert while they're, doing their manipulation. It's not a sales call, right? They're helping their client. But if they make a recommendation, very likely that patient, that client is going to listen. And so you need to do the heavy lifting, and you need to say, this is how you can make it simple in your office. This is the Biohack Lab. I literally just made this before I left. And I said, look, you guys are going to recommend one of two packages. And it's either drinking, this is US, so 4 ounces a day or 8 ounces a day. So that's, 120 mLs and 240 mLs. Those are the 2 packs I made, right? 4 bottles, 8 bottles, and gels. I said, that's all you're going to talk about. That's all you're going to recommend. You need to keep it simple for the staff and for everybody. What's the recommendation? Is this somebody just needing to maintain their health? Or is this somebody that's looking, and needs a little bit of a boost, needing to restore? So we made this, and it's just a simple cart. So the doctor, the chiropractor, the whoever can say, hey, I recommend that you get started with this product. Just go out front. They'll show you where you can purchase it. And they can scan and purchase. I also have at these offices information. So much like at vendor booth events, I have them set up something so that their clients can get educated. And what's really nice, guys, with the My Site and a playlist, like you can make this so customized. So what I've done with a couple of mine is they've done a video of themselves that we've recorded talking about why they love these products. I've also done videos with, just because he's my upline, Dr. Silverman, and that practitioner. And so they do a video talking about the benefits of the products, why this particular practitioner likes it, what she's seen or he has seen with it. And so then on their My Site, that's the very first link we put in. So this patient goes out to learn more, scans it, and sees their doctor talking about why they like it, or their massage therapist talking about why they like it. So that video does what they can't do in their 15 minutes with their patient. All right, so again, I'm giving you ideas. If you work with health professionals or you might end up having them on your teams, you got to make this so simple for them. Give them a business in a box that's tied with a pretty bow. You make this stuff for them and you just say, print it out. Okay, that's what I do for my guys. And they go, that's easy, thank you. And then sales can easily happen. All right, who builds their business online? Who's doing social media? A few of you. Okay, some of you are like, I don't know how to do it. I'll get to that later. So I'll be giving a talk this afternoon about how to help all of you maybe take a step forward online. This is going to be for that. So if this is not you, you might get a little whoa, deer in headlights. It's okay. Just let it kind of just be here. Let's sink in what needs to sink in. If you have a website, it's now very easy to link a SIA to your website. Super easy. You can make theshopacia.com be like a hyperlink on your website, or you can make carts. Maybe you're recommending certain things all the time. You can just make a cart. You can make your My Site. There's so many things now that you can integrate into a current website that you have, and I would highly recommend you do that. If you already have a website, just think about, all right, which tool can I pull out that Linda just went over? Which one would make sense for my website and what I'm trying to accomplish with my website? Make sense? Now, with social media, every platform is different. And some of them allow you to have one link, some allow you to have multiple links. And so I want you to just kind of think about it. So on Facebook, the link, if you go to your profile, it's like way down here. If you're talking about the products online, it's just part of what you do, and you're showing the products all the time, maybe you just want your shopacia.com there so people can go and look at the products. They're like, what is Danielle always talking about? She's always talking about cellular health. What is that? What does that mean? What kind of products are they? You can go there and look. TikTok is another platform that just allows one link. And so, you might want to put your My Site link. It's very nice. It looks like this, acia.app/ whatever you put in there. You get to pick. So when you get the app, pick. I know there's another Danielle out there. I'm sorry. I already took Danielle. So I have to come up with something else. But that can be used there. And what's really nice about this is actually, I prefer using this link because, so then this is my Site. Okay, so somebody clicks on this, and then that little message pops up. Do you have a question? Text me here. And so now these people that I don't know them, right, that are maybe looking at my stuff on social media, they come in, they click, they're interested, and now it's a little pop-up that feels very personalized from me. It just says, hey, do you have a question? And so now they can message me. And because of the fair share, I don't know if you really understand what that is. Let's have a scenario. So someone clicks on my link on TikTok, and what happens is that now there's a little cookie that gets dropped onto their phone, and it's going to follow them around. So now, let's say they leave my Site, and they go to ASEAglobal.com. They start Googling about ASEA. Well, if they go to ASEAglobal.com, my same little picture of Danielle is going to pop up, and it's going to say, do you have a question? Text me here. Even though it's the corporate website, it's Danielle that pops up because I'm the one that they found it through. Pretty cool.
Oh my God.
That's the tracking, yeah. And then when they message you, like this is what they see. So you get their phone number. This is what's really nice. So they put in their information and they message you a question, and boom, you get a notification in your app, and you're off and running talking to them. It's really like, this is next level. This is the best sort of e-commerce shopping experience that someone can have. Guys, this is what we have. It cost you $40 to join, and they gave us this. Like,
woo!
Yeah. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. All right. Instagram is a little bit of a different beast. So Instagram allows you to put 5 different links in your bio. I would, again, think about how you're using your social media and what links would make sense. So for me, I grabbed Grab a Redox Gel Trial because I think Renew 28 is the easiest thing to sell on the internet. And you can just grab a trial and it will link out to a preloaded shopping cart, right? That's what you're going to put there. You can learn more Shop Redox products, so that is a link to the shopacia.com. The Join My Business, Start Your Own Business, this is a link to the page that is in our app to the business, so people can kind of learn what that is. So lots of options, guys. The shareables, really nice. You put these in your stories, right? You can do stories on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, WhatsApp. I mean, there's many places you can do stories. And what you want to do is you can make a link. You've probably all seen this. And you can insert a URL. Well, now we have a zillion different things that we can put there. You can put a shopping cart. You can put shopacia.com. You can put a million things. So now, oh yeah, I listed it out. Ideas. These are all the things you can do. And so now, boom, over top of the shareable is a link that you put in with a call to action that somebody can click and go. So, notifications. In here, this is just so fun. Like, you get a little notice and it says, hey, Sharon Cook visited your Renew 28 page. So I'm like, ooh, Sharon Cook, right? You can go figure it out. And it's fun. You get notices when people are clicking on your stuff. And it's just nice to know what they're interested in. You can kind of tuck it away. And then where it says messaging there at the bottom, if somebody messages me, remember where it like followed them around and they could chat with Danielle? That's where I see it in my app. Really nice. Really, really nice. So, new team members. The last thing that I want to kind of go over and touch on is make your people armed and dangerous. Everything is in one place now. So if you have a new associate, and maybe they're not like, they don't have some big glamorous goal, but they're chatty, and they're just going to be chatting about it. And have something that they can then share. All right, so have all of your new people download the app. And it's just a simple way to make them armed and dangerous in the field. On three-way calls and on Zooms, I would get your people so clear that, hey, when they're on a three-way call, they're listening for what are the products you're mentioning that you're recommending to the person, and what are the resources you're mentioning. So anytime I'm on a three-way call and someone's asking me questions, I'm always pointing to another tool. Oh, you should watch the Genesis video. Oh, you should go to the FAQ. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. Well, now my downline, right, is taking notes, and they can be in their app pulling it together. Like, they could literally make a playlist with all of the information that I'm saying, and they can send it off. Or if the person's ready for a purchase, and I'm like, hey, I recommend that you start with X, Y, and Z, well, they can make a preloaded shopping cart so that when the phone call ends, they call their friend, hey, this is what she recommended. Let me help you get started so it can get on its way. Like, seamless. It's so nice. There's no friction anymore. Absolutely no friction. So just take pictures of these, guys. This is just some information and ideas for you on ways that you can use the ASEA app. I think there's one more. There you go. I want you to just pick one. Like, pick one and get good at it. Get really good at one tool and figure out, okay, this is the way I'm going to use the app right at my next vendor booth event. The shareable cart, right? We talked about a variety of ways that you can use that. These are the ideas again. Oh, okay, lots of ideas. Sorry, lots of clicks. Take another picture. Pick one. I want you to just pick one. And then your Shop ASEA website, there's a lot of ways you can use this as well. So we have a lot of tools, and I want to just remind you, overwhelm is a choice. There's nothing to be overwhelmed about here. It's a lot of information. It's new information. Our business is changing, but it's changing for the better. Absolutely. It is changing to make things easier for you. And I want you to just pick the one thing, maybe star it in your notes now. Whenever I'm at a conference, I put a star with the thing that I'm going to take the action step on, because you get a ton of information. So just star it, and then you can rock and roll when you get home. All right, thanks everybody.